What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are checking out the Eachine E520S. It is a foldable 4K 5G Wi-Fi FPV camera, GPS RC quadcopter ready to fly. So let's open up the box and check it out. All right, here is the quadcopter, and it is looking really nice. This one, it's got a matte black finish, very smooth, and it's got a power on and off switch right on the top with some LED light indicators, foldable props, foldable arms, of course, and in the front we got some LED lights looking like eyes, and it is looking really nice in the front view here. We got a huge camera. It is a 4K 5G Wi-Fi FPV camera, and you can kind of manually tilt it, but it is pretty difficult to move it. So it will definitely not rattle on you while you are flying. So I'm just going to leave it straight. And taking a look on the back of the quadcopter, we do have the battery already inserted. It came like this, slightly out, so it doesn't waste out the battery. And the battery is a 7.4 volt 1200 milliamp size battery. It's supposed to be good for about 14 to 16 minutes of flight time. And there is a micro USB port to charge up the battery. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and place it right back in here and not push it all the way in, and keep it slightly out so it doesn't waste out the battery. So let's take a look at the bottom here. We got a couple of antennas in a 90-degree formation, and we do have a DVR, and this thing supports up to 128 gigabyte micro SD card. So wow, you can take a lot of photos and videos with that card if you have one of those. I only have up to a 64 gigabyte, and the one that I have in here is just a 32 gigabyte micro SD card. So you want to fold out the arms that has the landing legs first, and then the one that doesn't have the landing legs next. Do that on the opposite side as well. And taking a look around here, looking pretty nice. We got landing legs in the front legs, but we do not have landing legs in the rear legs because it's a staggered formation arm. But we do have a couple of protrusions on the body itself that is looking like the landing leg. So it is kind of a 4-point stance, but actually like a 3-point stance, and looks like it will hold its stance pretty good once it lands. So that is just about it. And we got some LED lights on the motor pod on the rear arms there. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we get in the box. We get some prop guards, and it is a minimalistic looking prop guard. So if you are a beginner, go ahead and slide those prop guards on. It'll help protect the props, and in turn help protect the motors, because once you get into a crash and you hit the props on something, you might damage the motors. All right, here's the bag of goodies, and we got extra props here. Looks like we just got 2 extra props, screwdriver, and the USB to micro USB charge cable. And here is a box of a extra battery, and this one came with 2 more batteries, so a total of 3 batteries. I think there's a version that just comes with 1 battery, 2 battery, and different kind of camera versions as well. And here is the manual, and here is the remote control, and the remote control came with this little paper thing wrapped around it, showing you all of the functions of all of the switches. That is really nice. So let me go ahead and take it off. Now, taking a look at the remote control here, there's the antennas. You can fold them out, but these are dummy antennas, but it does look nice once you fold them out, like I always say here. Here's a dedicated camera button, a dedicated video button, and here is the orbit button. So you press this and it will do like a circle me. And here is the speed control button, and in the front we have a compass calibration button. So this is a GPS quadcopter, so you can calibrate the compass by pressing this. And here we have the return to home, we have the headless mode, we have the 1 kilo takeoff and 1 kilo land, and the power switch. And here we have an emergency stop button, and you can fold out the bottom here, or you can pull down the bottom to place your phone for your FPV video. Both sticks to the bottom and to the right will calibrate the gyros. Both sticks to the bottom and in will arm and disarm the motors. Now this thing has a control distance of 200 to 300 meters and a Wi-Fi distance of 150 to 250 50 meters. And the camera has a field of view of 120 degrees. Now, this quadcopter comes in at a weight of 246 grams, which is 0.54 pounds. So it's slightly over half a pound. So I'm not sure if you really need to have it registered with the FAA. So, you know, slightly over half a pound. So, officer, but it's just a tad over half a pound. So there you go. So let's go for a little demo flight with the Eachine E520S. All right, here we go with the demo flight of the Eachine E520S. Looking really, really nice, this one, especially in the front with those LEDs looking like eyes and that big old camera hanging. Very cool looking quadcopter. Now, I pushed in the battery all the way and it clicks into place. So all we got to do is power it up, push down the power button, and LEDs start flashing. Turn on the remote and automatic bind, and there was another solid beep. That means that the GPS has been already acquired. Yeah, because I just done this calibration dance and the gyro calibrate just before I started recording to make sure it works, and I think it's ready to fly. But we're going to go through the steps anyway. So both sticks to the bottom and to the right will calibrate the gyros, and you can either calibrate the compass in two ways, with the hard remote, or you can use the Wi-Fi phone app as well. We're going to do the hard remote. So what you need to do is push that calibration button and counterclockwise rotate the quadcopter 3 times, 360 degrees, and the remote control will send out a beep. And what you want to do is nose up and rotate it clockwise 360 degrees 3 times. There you go. It sends out another beep and you are ready to go. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the phone app, and I'm going to be using my iPad here once again, and go to the Wi-Fi section of your settings, and we are already being connected to the Wi-Fi 5G 4K GPS 520 Wi-Fi network. And here is the app. It is called the Eachine GPS app, free downloadable app in the App Store, so check it out. Let me hit the button, and we are in an interface already with virtual sticks already in place. So let me turn off the virtual sticks, and we got Wi-Fi FPV. All right, and the camera has a good wide angle field of view here, so looking pretty nice. It's supposed to be a 4K camera, this one. So let's go ahead and test out the photo quality here. And one thing though, I'm only getting a blank on the battery level indicator. Let me go ahead and start the screen record here. All right, screen is recording. Yeah, I don't have a battery life indicator on this one. So we are connected. For some reason, it is not giving me the battery voltage on the phone app. All right, but we'll take a photo anyway. So hitting that photo button, and there's a shutter noise. Let's see if the hard remote works as well. There's a photo button here. Doesn't look like it works by itself. Nope, it is not working for me. So we're gonna have to use the phone app to take photos and videos, I'm assuming. So let's go ahead and make our rounds and take some photos here. There you go. Starting to get a little chilly here, and the little breeze that we got this morning, it's kind of cold. And there's the sun. No solar eclipse. And there's the car looking pretty far away. And there's a convoy. What is that? Let me take a photo. Yeah, photo of the other side and the mountains yonder, and one more photo directly in the front. And don't forget the landing pad and the table here, well, the shadow of the table. Anyways, all right, so let's go ahead and hit that video record button, and we are taking a video as well. All right, so I'm gonna leave my iPad on the table here. We'll come back to that and do some FPV. Let's check out the core functions of this quadcopter. And because this is a GPS quadcopter, what I want to check out is the ability for it to come back and return to home correctly with the return to home button, as well as fail-safe return to home and the low voltage return to home. But first, we're going to check out the 1 key to take off and 1 key to land as soon as these people passes by. Oh yeah, these guys got some kind of thing going on. Oh, they're gonna fly their aircraft over here, the paraglider. Yeah, they got that big van. He's got the paraglider right there, and he's got a trailer. I think they're gonna take off from over here, so that's gonna be a sight to see. All right, so let's go ahead and arm the motors, both 6 to the bottom and out. Arms the motors and do that again. Disarms the motors. All right, so let's see if the 1 key to take off works by itself. Nope, we're gonna have to arm the motors first. There you go, and 1 key to take off. There we go. Comes to a hover, and it is fighting that little breeze blowing in from that way, so it is pitching forward, holding its position. How awesome. That is GPS quadcopter for you, so you don't have to worry about it drifting away. So let's go ahead and make it angry and see if it returns back to this spot right here. Just a little pull back and let go, and there you go. It goes back to the position that it was holding steady on, and it did a little circle around, and it's holding steady now. All right, so there's a speed switch here. Okay, we got 3 speeds. Let's start off in speed number 1. Hey, not bad in speed number 1. Oh, look at that. They're gonna unpack right here. We're gonna get to see a paraglider in action as well today. Hey, that's a treat. Normally there's nobody here, but today we got some activity. All right, so that's speed number 1. Let's go to speed number 2, and we got a little bit more pitch, and it looks like it kind of plateaus off too after it pitches forward to maintain its altitude. There you go, plateaus off. All right, speed number 3. Nice. We got 3 speeds, like a regular quadcopter here, and it is flying pretty good. And we got a 5G Wi-Fi connection, so it is not going to be interfering with our remote control. And in speed number 3, it's got a pretty decent amount of pitch. Not bad at all. Nice. Letting go of the sticks, and it comes to a hover. Nice. All right, so we got the headless mode button over here, so let's go ahead and check out the headless mode button. Going forward in a spin, and coming back in a spin, and the remote control sends out a couple of beeps at a time, going to the left, going to the right. Yep, headless mode works very nicely. Nice. Okay, let me get out of the headless mode. All right, go forward and bring it back in. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the 1 key to land here so we can establish our home point to check out the return to home function. So let me go right above the landing pad, somewhat above the landing pad, and hit the 1 key to land. And you can redirect its path as it's coming down pretty nice and slowly. There you go, hovers right above the ground for a little while, and the motor shut off. Nice, very nice. Good behaving quadcopter so far. I'm very much liking this quadcopter here. All right, so let's go ahead and arm the motors once again. There we go, 1 key to take off. You can either hit the 1 key to take off or manually take off. And check it out, from the ground, it comes to that altitude and hovers. All right, so sending it up and pushing it out. And I don't need to go that far. I'll push it out right there and let go of the sticks, and it just comes to a hover. Let's go ahead and hit that 1 key to return, or the return to home button. Okay, rises up in altitude, and the remote control sends out some beeps, and it is still climbing right about 25 maybe. Oh, I think it's going to go up to 30 meters. It's turning around and it is heading back this direction without any time wasted on this one. I just did a review on the Visual Zen K1, and that thing took like forever to come back. Okay, so I see that the blue lights are flashing in the rear, and it is just going to come down now. It is not going to turn around and come down. It's coming down. So very nice. And looks like it's going to miss the landing pad a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the 1 key to return or return to home button and take controls. So if it were to just come down, it was going to miss the landing pad about maybe 2 or 3 quadcopter distances away, because I don't want to land in the dirt. Yeah, I landed in the dirt with the other quadcopter and I had to blow all the dust off. So I'm going to go ahead and manually land it on the landing pad here. All right, so return to home works really well by pushing the return to home button. Now, the critical test, this is the fail-safe return to home, in which what I'm going to do is turn off the remote control to simulate loss of connection. All right, so let's go ahead and arm the motors again and manually take off this time. Okay, push it out and let go of the sticks and it'll come to a hover. All right, let me check out what those guys are doing. Yep, they've unloaded the motor and everything, so they're going to take off and we're going to have a little activity here. So very nice little treat. All right, let me go ahead and turn off the remote control, simulating loss of connection. Okay, remote control is off. And yes, we do have fail-safe return to home. It is rising up in altitude. And it goes up to that same designated altitude here. And in the phone app, everything is set to the default values. I didn't change any values at all. Oh, look at that. It turned around as it was coming back. So it's kind of like very nice move there. Autonomous turnaround move there. All right, they're gonna do some paragliding. Nice. Okay, hovers there for a little while. And it is coming down. And can I maneuver it while it's coming down? No, I cannot, because the remote control is off. Turn the remote control back on and look at that. It automatically reconnects with the transmitter and I have regained control of the quadcopter. So if you go out of control distance and you hit that return to home button, or it does a fail-safe return to home, it will automatically connect with your remote control. So it is really, really nice. All right, so any other functions here besides speed and all that? Well, I don't have cellular connection on my iPad, so I won't be able to do the circle me or follow me. So let's go ahead and check out the Wi-Fi FPV here. All right, here we go. Turning around. Uh-oh. I hear some beeps. So it is telling me that I have low voltage. So it is not returning. Let me push it out, and guess what? We have a geofence in the initial phase of low voltage. So I'm going forward. Let me go up in speed. Okay, speed number 3. And we're gonna bounce off a geofence wall here. Pretty soon, there you go, bouncing off that geofence wall. So you are not able to go beyond this radius here, and I do believe you can set that in your phone app maybe. So very nice. So you save battery and don't lose your quadcopter. So you can still fly around within that geofence radius. So let's just do some FPV real quick right up around the car here. But we do have that annoying beep on the remote control. Still a very nice controlling quadcopter, guys. So those guys are getting ready. I'm right here. And we have very good Wi-Fi connectivity here. Very, very nice. There's some stuttering going on that turn. But so far so good. So we're going to hit that geofence right here. Boom, the geofence. Okay, let's yaw a little bit and see what those guys are up to. Yeah, they're going to go and take off right here. Oh yeah, what a treat, huh? All right, so let's go ahead and come back my way here. Oh, this is nice. Nice little Wi-Fi FPV quad, and everything is working just perfect. But the video has a little stuttering effect here, as I see. There I am. I've come down in altitude a little bit. I'm doing some low level altitude Wi-Fi FPV. And so far we have pretty decent amount of flight time as well. Oh, I gotta pay my city card payment. Got a little reminder there. Okay, so it should activate the second level or second phase of low voltage return to home soon, and that would be to come home and land on the takeoff spot. So I'm going to place the quadcopter right in front of me so I can keep an eye on it. So let's see what it does when the battery gets very low, and see if there's a return to home process for the second phase of return to home. Very nice quadcopter, man. Very nice flying behavior, and all of the functions work perfectly. Okay, taking a look around. I think those guys are still getting ready, so I think we're gonna make it just in time. And uh-oh, what happened here? I hit the geofence. Okay. We got a very long first phase of low voltage here. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and take this opportunity to take some aerial photos. Nope, I'm going to have to use the Wi-Fi phone app. Okay. Do a little yaw. Alright, still waiting for the second phase of a low voltage to kick in, so I want to see what it does. Okay, it is not getting sluggish at all yet. Oh, there you go. Second phase of low voltage just kicked in, and it is rising up in altitude by itself to the same designated altitude, and it also turns around and heads back to the home point, and I think it's going to miss it. So hopefully I can still control it. No, this time I won't be able to control it. And it is coming down soon. There you go. It is starting to come down, and looks like it's going to miss the landing pad, so I'm going to preempt the location it's going to land. Okay, so the landing pad was right here, so it's going to come down slightly away from the landing pad, so I'm going to put the landing pad right here so it doesn't land in the dirt. There you go. Comes to a little hover and the motors turn off. So the landing pad was right here, So it landed about, oh, good 4 or 5 quadcopter distance away. All right, so there you go, guys. My review and test flight of the Eachine E520S. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.